Welcome to Special Times with Pierre Filosa. Today, my guest is Katelyn Labarre, who is the Deputy Director of Development for Best Buddies Massachusetts and Rhode Island. Today, we will discuss the many exciting events Katelyn is involved with that help support the mission of Best Buddies. Welcome, Katelyn.
Thanks, Peter. Happy to be here.
Thanks. What is your background and how long have you been with Best Buddies?
Well, my background with Best Buddies has been what feels like my whole life. I started in high school myself, and I was part of my chapter there at Algonquin Regional High School. And during that time, I was what we called an officer, and I became the chapter president, and that would have been in 2009 and 2010. So after that, I went to college and became a teacher, and I taught down in Washington, D.C. before finding my chance to get back involved with Best Buddies and moving back to Massachusetts after the pandemic. And it was a perfect fit because I was able to work with schools and with a program that I really love and believe in. So now I'm back in a little bit of a different role as the Director of Development. So, I'm excited to be back involved and hope to be for a really long time.
What does Best Buddies Massachusetts and Rhode Island need to raise money?
That's a really good question. So we have a lot of different programs and a lot of different things that we're doing at Best Buddies, and we need to make sure that we're able to fund them appropriately so that we can have enough people to cover the programs that we have and make sure all of our programs are really, really well run. And so it takes events like some of the ones we're going to talk about today to fund those programs and to get people into the community and to be able to throw these really fun events. Unfortunately, they're not free. So we have to make sure that we raise money and that we can help people with intellectual and developmental disabilities through our programs. And that takes a lot of financial assistance from partners and people in the community. And these events are one way that we raise those funds.
And talk about events. Medfield, I will be giving a speech at Polo Park in Worcester on Saturday, May 13th.
Absolutely. We're excited for the Friendship Walk.
At the Friendship Walk. So anybody that wants to come out and try to do the walk or do the walk with us and see me give the speech is more than welcome to. And or they can donate to the walk and support it.
We're happy to have you as an important part of our walk this year.
We met as special event at the Bleacher Bar at Fenway Park to kick off the Best Buddies Challenge. What is the Best Buddies Challenge and why is it important?
So, yeah, that's correct. We met just about a month ago at the Bleacher Bar, and we were throwing a kickoff event for the Best Buddies Hyannisport Challenge, which is a huge biking event, a cycling event, where hundreds of people come out each and every summer to raise money for Best Buddies. And so people participate. The entire route is 100 miles, so it's a 100-mile-long bike challenge, and people can choose to do 55 miles or 20 miles if they wanted to do a smaller version, but it's our biggest event of the year. As I said, it brings in hundreds of cyclists from across the country who come and raise a lot of money for Best Buddies, and it's a really fun celebration of inclusion from start to finish. So it starts in Boston at the Kennedy Library, and people travel all the way to Cape Cod, where they end in Hyannisport, and there's a big celebration for all of those people who work, for months leading up to the event to fundraise for Best Buddies. They spread the mission, and it's a really fun celebration there at the finish line. So people can get involved if they're interested in going to bestbuddieschallenge.org.
Tom Brady is no longer involved with the Best Buddies Challenge. How was he important to the challenge, and has Best Buddies found a replacement?
That's another good question. We get a lot of really great attention from all of the involvement that Tom Brady had. And unfortunately, when he made the move to Florida, when he went to the Buccaneers, we lost him here in Massachusetts and Rhode Island, but he's still involved in Best Buddies in a different capacity down in Florida. And he was a huge help because people looked up still look up to Tom Brady and thought he was a really great mentor and a role model for someone who makes inclusion a part of their full life. And he was great to help spread the message about the challenge and bring people in. So we don't have an exact replacement, but we have something really cool we just announced. I don't know if you've heard of it, but the Celtics this year are helping us partner by bringing in Al Horford and Marcus Smart. And so they each have a team for the challenge this year. And if people want to join their team, they can help fundraise for Best Buddies and get involved. And we're hoping maybe Al and Marcus would be able to make it to the challenge, but we're also hoping that they're in the NBA Finals during that time. So that's a really cool new announcement that the challenge made recently.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, we're excited about it.
How do people sign up for the Best Buddies challenge, and what are the requirements?
Good question. So as I mentioned, they can visit bestbuddieschallenge.org. And you don't need to be a super experienced cycler if you want to participate, because there's a few different ways that you can get involved. As I mentioned, there's a 100-mile long bike challenge, which is the longest. There's a 55 and a 20. So whatever people feel most comfortable doing physically, they're welcome to sign up. But there's also a 5K run and walk that happens at the finish line in Hyannisport. So if people are interested in running or walking to support Best Buddies, they're welcome to do that as well. And I know there's a lot of training that happens before the race. So if people want to join up with a bike team, we have Best Buddies cycling coaches that help people get prepared for the big day.
My dad used to do the bike race for Best Buddies, and at the Bleacher Bar, they tried to recruit him to do it again, but I don't know.
Oh, if he wants to, he can always come back and join us.
It's a possibility.
How do Best Buddies walks fit into your program?
So the Best Buddies Friendship Walk is another huge event that happens all across the country, and we're lucky enough here in Massachusetts and Rhode Island to have 3. So we have one coming up at Providence College, April 22nd. We have one coming up at Polar Park that you know, May 13th, that's where you'll be. And we have one in October at the Schraff Center in Charlestown in Boston. And the Best Buddies Friendship Walk is one of our biggest events because it's our most open community invitation, right? We want to bring a lot of people together in one place to have a big celebration of inclusion, and it's for all ages. Your pets are welcome. People are allowed, to come from all different parts of our community to come together for this free event. It's totally free to register, and it's really fun. We'll have games and face painting, and then at the end we'll kick it off with the celebratory walk. And so in Providence coming up, we're excited to be hosted by Providence College, where we'll be at their beautiful track space at Polar Park. We get to walk around the warning track.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It's really, really cool there. And then at the Schraff Center, we're right on the water. So each location is a little bit different, but each location is really fun. And we love to bring people from our school chapters. We like to bring corporate partners, and everyone comes together for a really great morning of fun.
How do Best Buddies ambassadors help you with your job and the mission of Best Buddies?
It's a great question. So our Best Buddies ambassadors, you know a lot about the ambassador program, and I know you had a guest on recently, Rod Nyland, who is the Best Buddies lead on all things ambassadors. And our ambassadors are so important to us because they are really knowledgeable about what it's like to be a member of Best Buddies and to be a part of a community that is as inclusive as people at Best Buddies are. And so our ambassadors do a great job of spreading the word, spreading the mission, and being a great face for Best Buddies. And so we love to invite ambassadors, of course, to each and every event. They host trainings and public speaking classes, which I know you've been doing a great job of preparing for your big day at Polar Park. And we love to have individuals like yourself come and speak about their experience and really share your story with people so that they might be able to connect with you and other ambassadors about why it's important to be involved in a program like Best Buddies.
Any final thoughts or topics that we have missed?
I don't think so. You did a great job covering all of our upcoming events. So as I mentioned, you can reach out to bestbuddieschallenge.org for more information about the cycling challenge. If you're interested in a Best Buddies Friendship Walk, you can visit bestbuddieschallenge.org and sign up for the one closest to you. And we have a lot of other exciting events. So if you go to bestbuddies.org/MARI for Massachusetts and Rhode Island, you can check out more events there. And I really appreciate being here, Peter.
We wish to thank you, Katelyn, for appearing today on Special Times Stay tuned for future episodes.
Thanks for having me.